we're just going to pick some routes, just nothing in particular, and we're going to start off with Hauptstrecke Rhein, and we're going to do a relatively short one, an RB33 service, Essen to Duisburg. Now, I've probably butchered the pronunciation there, so apologies for that. Playing on the PS4, by the way, not the PS4 Pro, just the standard PS4. Just imagine we'd be loaded by now if we got a PS5. Who knows, maybe one day. Somewhere may have some stock. Right, let's get started then. So, first of all, doors on the left hand side. So let's get cracking. Let's get the train set up. So let's get the gauge lights on, spotlight on in case it's a bit dark and we need to see what we're doing. Headlights on, passenger lights on. Okay, and we are going for RB33 to Duisburg. Again, pronounced wrong. Right, RB33, where are we? Now there should be two of these, one to Essen, which is where we're coming from, and the other one, because the train in reality goes past Duisburg, it'll be the other one. So, if that makes sense, hopefully it will do when we get there. Lots of trains to choose from. So we've got, we've gone past them, so we've got Essen, or Aachen. There we go. So presumably in reality, this route joins up with the Cologne-Aachen route. Okay, is that all set up? Yes, there we go. And we're going to switch on safety systems. No LZB on this one, just PZB. CIFA. And we're done in plenty of time. Just enough time to shut the blinds in case we make hash of it. So, the victims in here don't get to see what we're doing wrong. There we go. All evidence hidden from view, apart from if there's any small children looking through here. Yeah, there we go. 20 seconds to go. Let's get the door shut. Things on red at the moment. Make sure we don't go and spad through that in a minute. And we're still on red. Right, okay. Oh no, there we go. Green. Full power. Don't worry about passenger welfare. We've just got to worry about keeping time. 40 kilometres an hour limit, which is good because we can't go above that because of PZB just yet. Everything's all flashing. Expect reduced speed, 60 kilometres an hour past here. Right, so it is looking pretty clear, so let's come out of monitoring and get up to 60. This is by far my favourite route on the game, because you've got the 422 S-Bahn services, which are nice stop-start quite quick along the route. And then you've got the 425, which you're driving now, which is the regional express services. You can get some quite quick routes. Quite quick journeys, I should say, on here. If you want to jump in for 20 minutes, you can. If you want to jump in for 45, you can. There's no 1 2 hour ones on here. That's the only thing that stops me jumping in from the Peninsula Corridor so often is purely because of the amount of time it takes to do the journey. Great route, but you know, hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes needed spare to do that one. Especially after working an evening. Not happening. Misses as any say anyway. Right, dropping down to 100 kilometres an hour down here, so let's not go above that just now. Let's not tempt fate, we go going downhill, so we don't want to be bombing it along here. We'll go straight through the speed limit. Oh, we're back up to 120 anyway, just once you're through the points. Past the local stations. CIFA doesn't display on the HUD on this train. I'm pretty sure that's a bug. But a bit more realistic because we have to rely off this light down here. Right, up to 140. Not too far to the next station now. Nice quick run. See the light there on CIFA, there we go. Where are we on the route anyway? Yeah, not far. We're only doing half of it here from Essen. Excuse me. We get a bit of power, to be fair. Let's go. Very good at this in real life. I wouldn't notice any of these lights going off. Too much time staring through the window. Got to go down to 120 shortly. Having 4-car service in this one. No double linked up trains here. Just keep an eye on the signal since we're driving in the PZB. I don't think we should expect much PZB action on this route, to be honest. Not until we get towards the end when we get some red lights. But as we are on the PZB, we're going to have to start slowing down well in advance, just in case we get caught out. We're down to 120 already. In reality, you'd probably be dropped down to 115, but I don't want to fall behind the timetables. I think we need to acknowledge that sign up and see what speed it was. Would have been the 120 running, so no, we don't. Plenty of graffiti under there. Down to what? Oh, road speeding. There we go. Right, down to 90, coming up to the next station. Oh, a bit of steep down here. That's why we were all over there. What did I miss? What have I missed? Oh, well, it had to happen, didn't it? Oh, I didn't see any signals. And it's only 90. Oh, right. Let's get ready to reset the train and hope that we can still make it in time, can't we? Just right. Yeah, that is nuts. We've missed acknowledging something, but it's gonna happen. Let's for it to get. Let's shut that up. There we go. Irritatingly, we can't go past 45 because we're now under restricted measuring. I'm sure I've been caught out that before, you know. I think there's a 90 sign that needs acknowledging, which is unusual because you don't normally acknowledge 90s. Only 80s will be there. Never mind. Right, lights off. Release from monitoring. Try and make up some time. Can't even blame being distracted. I wasn't looking anywhere else other than at the game. Oh, I missed a sign. I was trying not to overspeed now. Well, we were half a minute late. We can't complain. Well, the passengers probably can. They've just had their teeth chipped out off the seat in front of them. But timing-wise, we're all right. Stopping-wise, we're not all right. But never mind. What's a 24-metre overshoot? It doesn't matter, does it? We're still on the platform. Got the collectible. Since we have mine's Bessart Barn, we've got these Dostos cabs running. I'm gonna have to be quick here. Passengers are going to be wondering why the driver's running around carrying fire extinguishers and topping them up. Right, let's go. One minute to do 3 kilometres. That's optimistic. That's very optimistic, that is. What, we're 90 speed limits at the moment, aren't we? So... dab of brakes since we're going down a relatively steep incline. Let's not spend too much time flying the drone around because, well, we've proved we can miss PZB signals just as we're looking out the window. So if we're not, it's going to be even worse. 10 seconds and we're going to be late. We're not going to do 2 kilometres in 10 seconds, are we? Let's be honest. Oh, we're 20 seconds late already. Never mind. Considering we're near there and we're doing over 100, probably better slow down a little bit here. Although the brakes are quite good on the train. So throw the passengers around too heavily. Not like the emergency stop we did last time. Crikey, we're going to have lost even more time here, over a minute late. Never mind. We're still on for a gold medal. It wouldn't be realistic if we weren't using 100% brakes at some point. Stop slightly short this time, but you know, overshoot, undershoot, take the average, we'll be alright. Got many people on board? Well, that looks a little bit of an uncomfortable conversation going on there. In first class. Pretty quiet today. Pretty quiet. Let's get ourselves ready to go. We're at the end of the route next, there we go. Close the doors. Can't stop clearing my throat today, I do apologise. Off we go. Oh! We ain't going to catch that up, are we? Well, we might. Maybe not. Not restricted yet. Oh, no hope. Well, then again, we've got quick acceleration, so you never know. don't get to get up to full speed on this run. Max we get to do is 140. 160 is on the going from Essen down to Bochum. No idea how you pronounce it, but yeah, basically eastbound. Coming up, let's take the power off and let the train slow itself down. I saw the C for light myself this time. Saw some speed limit signs, don't know what they said, so I'm assuming it's advertising the 130 coming up. We'll acknowledge it just in case, because who knows. After last time, could be a hidden 7. Technology just in case. My TV screen went black for a split second then, so no, my luck, I'll miss something. Going uphill here, so we're going to need a bit more power. Put a 90 coming up actually, maybe not. So you do have to acknowledge 90s on this one, there we go, there's the proof. Normally it's 80 or below on this route. You have to acknowledge 90s. Oh, there's an 8 there. Make sure we acknowledge that one. Alright, we're under the PZB restrictions now, so good times. Just make sure we don't stray up to 85 and we'll be fine. We'll hover around the 80. So we're outside of 1000 Hz now, but we've still got to keep under 85. Possibly release from monitoring, but wouldn't do it in reality, so let's not do it. Ooh! Oh, we caught him up. Oh! Have some horn. He's probably going to overtake me anyway. Right. Yellows. Acknowledging that. What? We're late again? Oh. Slow down a bit. We should really be doing about 40 because there's a red coming up, but you know, safety's out the window. We're running late. Let's keep it around. Let's drop down to 60. We don't want to set up the 500 Hz magnet, but we don't want to be late either. Minute late, that can't be bad, can it? I'd like to come in on a train that's been less than a minute late, to be honest, in reality. So let's try and recover some points. Let's go for a decent stop on this one, shall we? 500 Hz is on, so let's get some brakes going down. Cephas buzzing away, shut that up. Oh, I didn't mean to burn your brake, never mind. Open the doors. That's a good stop, though. Well, accuracy-wise at the end. I hear a Dos. Where is it? There we go. That's the one we overtook. Oh, we won. Yes. Ooh, collectibles. Can't leave collectibles. Stop being cheap if we have to the station. There we go. I know I've not seen that before. I've stopped it quite a few times. Never mind. Right, got to pick another route next. All the PZB action going on here. 25 kilometres an hour for the next driver leaving out of this station. Job done. Let's lock the doors. We might have got a gold medal. We made a bit of a hash of it, but surely that's still a gold medal. Lost 70 points nearly for that last stop because of the time delay. Oh, there we go. Time delay? That's not the word, is it? Arrived late. Okay. What should we do? We've got some GWE. We've not done that for a while. This is a bit slow. There we go. Great Western Express. I've got some journeys left to do before we start going through all the timetables. Let's. What do we have? Bristol Temple Meads to London Paddington. Let's go for that. I think that's going to be an HST service, that one, to be honest. Another reasonably quick run. Half hour maybe. Oh, Class 101. I do like the Class 101. Maybe not as a passenger, the old rattly things, but to drive on the game, great fun. Oh, BR204. I've not picked that one up myself. I'm not a fan of shunting. I like the quicker passenger services, so not for me. Right, so we don't have to do passenger boarding for GWE normally. No, we do not. Oh, we've got a stop along the way on this one. Even better. Right. Reverser and master key. Safety systems. Gauge lights. Passenger lights are already on. Headlamps. We're in the day, aren't we? Yeah. Day headlamps. Dazzle the passengers with the bright lights. Yeah. Off we go. Let's be professional. Let's wait for the brakes to come off before we start putting the throttle on. Yeah, get bored now, solid. They're off enough. Since we're in TSW2, we've got the much improved sound over the TSW 2020 version. Near the train, yeah, there we go. 166. They've done a great job, Dovetail Games have, of getting the audio sorted on that. It's fantastic. Right. 7 in the morning. Well, if this is a weekday that it's set in, this is going to be a pretty packed service, I'd imagine, full of commuters heading down to London. And it looks like it's going to be a lovely morning. In the game, not in reality, because it's grey, cold and raining. Hence why my side is spent like this. Oh, speed limit increased, let's get cracking. Up to the 125 speed limit on the line now. I have run the ICE 3M along here just to see how fast we'll go. We got to 350 kilometres an hour on the speedo of the ICE 3M, and we just kept going. I put the brakes on 3 miles before we due to stop, and I still managed to crash horrifically into the platform. So yeah, hopefully when the TGV SNCF trains are released later, to be later in the year, maybe next year, I'll have to get some high-speed train practice, I think. No idea how the French safety systems work either, so that's going to be a steep learning curve. trains are, the fact we can do 125 miles an hour as a diesel is pretty impressive, really. It obviously takes a hell of a long time to go there, but fantastic bit of British engineering. I do believe this line's fully electrified now, but obviously when this line was made, when they took the snapshot, if you like, to freeze it in time. No overhead wires here until we get closer to London. In fact, it's all diesels running. No third rail action here. Miles to go. That's like a little conversation going on there as well. Thing about this route is, as we've got no PZB, we can actually go and have a fly around, because if we hear any warning signs, we can jump back in the cab and see what's coming up. We're not going to accidentally miss it. Are we going to get up to speed, do you reckon, 125 before we get through to Slayer? Hope no one stood too close to the platform there, they're going to be blown around a bit. I used to go train spotting with my dad when I was a kid in the mid-90s. Remember, if you got near the edge and an HST coming through, you'd be thrown right back. Good times. We had the Pax with the Lenter engines in the HSTs. Make sure we get the brakes on nice and early on this one. Make sure we don't go blasting through the station. You don't get much practice on the brakes on these because you're not stopping and starting all the time. And I've not played it for a while, so you know, it's a good combination to result in a span, that is. 10 miles to go, and it's 11 miles an hour to get to top speed. It's going to be a tough one. Look. We'll probably get to top speed going through this one, I imagine. Maybe. We shall see. PSD, get rid of that. What, looks cold outside, doesn't it? There we go, let's get nice and warm in here. There we go. No idea why I did that. It's a game and it's going to make zero difference, but there we go. Cool, come on, just get some speed, move into the next station. HST does feel slower in TSW2 compared to TSW 2020, I have to say. It doesn't seem to get up to speed quite quick. Could be wrong, but it just feels like it struggles a little bit more. L3 for the horn. Yep, thank you. We can obviously do the high horn, but for the low one, there we go. Might actually be on time for once on this one, I think. Overhead catenary still being built, I think, at this point. Closer and closer to the Platinum PS4 trophy, or PS trophy I should say. About 4,000 miles of driving to do and about 2 miles of walking, the last two trophies to get Platinum. Got a long way to go to get all the trophies and all the DLC add-ons, but in the core game, 2 trophies to go. 4,000 miles, that's going to take a while. Still, we've done 6,000 already. That early, let's get the brakes on early so we don't risk smashing through the station. For some trophies, yes, it seems to be for some people more than others, to be honest. I've not had much trouble. The only ones that pop a bit late are the ones for distance and also for gold medals, because it seems to be that the training modules don't count towards it. So if you've done quite a few training modules and got gold, it doesn't count towards your trophy. I think to get up the trophy for 100 gold medals, I had to get about 116 before the trophy popped up. But there are some people having trouble getting to pop at all. Fortunately mine have, but I know a few people struggling. Forget how good or bad the brakes are on this thing, because I don't brake with it that often. Oh, I'm going to stop in short here. Come on. I'm very unprofessional. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a wait here as well, because we're 4 minutes early. It's a good job the passengers aren't real, because they're going to be wondering what on earth's going on here. Yeah, the level 25 trophy, I think that popped for me around about level 27, because, I could be wrong, I think any XP earned, or action points, not XP, action points earned during your training won't count towards it. Mine did pop about 2 levels too late. But obviously if you're on like level 40 and the 25's not popped, then it is definitely not working for you. But you always, for some reason, it never popped to the right level, that you have to go a couple of levels over. I think it was the same in TSW 2020 as far as I recall when I was playing it. Frustrating because it's not working as it's supposed to. To wait. Tell you what, let's go and see if we've missed any collectibles around here. Only the Bakerloo line, I've collected everything. Everything else is just seeing what we come across as we go along. Through this station looking for collectibles. Make sure we don't start that scenario.
For your safety and comfort, this station operates a no smoking policy. This includes e-cigarettes.
Is that train up on the platform? Just... well, no more collectibles on this platform as far as I can see. Let's head over to this one. I can't remember what we're supposed to be collecting on this route. Route maps, posters. Something else. Ooh, safety signs. That's wonderful. Yeah, trophy-wise, to be fair, the 10,000 miles is just going to come from playing the game. Already got that one. But the walk 100 miles is just, yeah. Still, I suppose if you keep going and getting all the collectibles, we're racking up some miles here. Yeah, 100 miles is a long way to walk. I did all the collectibles on the Bakerloo line. I think I got to about 35 miles doing that, I think. Plus the extra bits of walking you do here and there on the other routes. I suppose if you're going to get your collectibles, that's how you're going to get some of the miles racked up. But 100 is a limit. It's a good job we can walk stupidly fast as we are doing here. I've got about 2 miles to go before I start this scenario to get the trophy, so who knows? We've not done 2 miles here, I can tell you that, but it's all getting closer. Right, no more collectibles that I can see. Let's head back to the train. Just remember, with the gold medals one, you're probably going to have to get about 120 medals for the trophy to pop, not 100 medals. Nope, for the Bakerloo ones, to be honest, you've not got time to get out of the train at all. I just literally spawned at one station, walked around it, jumped back to the main menu, spawned at the next station. You could always obviously do your own scenario, stopping at every stop and just drive to the station, get out, walk around, drive to the next one. Or as I say, just spawn on foot at each station along the route. Just try not to miss one, because I missed one collectible and had to go along the whole 16-mile route figuring out which one I missed, and it was the last station that I did, so that was a waste of half an afternoon. To be fair, the Bakerloo one, you've barely got time to put the master key in, go into the first station before you're late. Right, start taking the brakes off because they're going to take a bit of time. 16 minutes to get to Paddington. Plenty of time. There's Does running count to 100 miles or that fast walk? Both. You can, as long as you're on foot, you're not flying the camera, as long as you're moving around as the driver, it all counts. If you do want to cheat a little bit, if you're driving on the ICE3, put the AFB on, put the LZB on, get it up to speed, walk up and down the train while it's going along. Then you're getting your driving miles and your walking miles in at the same time. It's not very exciting or interesting, but if you really want to try and grind away as quickly as you can, that will do the trick. I don't think the overhead wires were in place when the game was made at this point. Like that, I'm not rendering, but I don't believe the overhead wires were in place just yet when this game was developed. Yeah, the ICE 3 is the easiest one to do your 10k 10,000 because, like I say, just get up to speed. Make sure CFA's off, LZB on, AFB on, put the lever up to full and let the train drive itself at 10-15 minutes. Go and make a cup of tea, get a drink. I think the Cologne Aachen route's a little bit longer than Munich to Augsburg, so that's probably the one to do it on. Just turn CFA off so you've not got to keep pressing acknowledge. And just let the train drive itself. Go and sit as a passenger if you want, it's all the same. I would imagine once the TGV comes out, either later in the year or next year, that's going to be about a 100-kilometre route and it's going to be ridiculously high speed, over 300 kilometres an hour, so that one should be nice and easy to catch up to the 10,000 miles. But you've obviously got to buy the DLC, then it doesn't come with the game. Right, 15 miles to go. Berlin to Munich in Munich in the snow still crashes PS4, PS5. Interesting. I know I've done all the ICE scenarios. I haven't had any crashes personally, but I did those shortly after the game came out. It seems to be, since there's been some extra DLC and updates come out, there's been a few people reporting crashes. And I have to say, I haven't run an ICE service since the other DLC's been released, because I've done them. But hopefully that gets sorted soon. I noticed it's on the Dovetail Games roadmap, so they are looking at it. How long that takes to get fixed, I have no idea. There's a lot of things it looks like they're looking into at the moment. What they prioritise, I'd imagine that's a priority because it's crashing the game, it's not just a slight glitch. It's a pretty major one. I know on the outside Miles Platin on Northern Transpennine, you just crash the Xbox. I think that's been sorted as far as I've heard. Fortunately, I don't get many crashes. I think I've had two. Once after a created delivery, right about 2 days after the game was released, and then once on Munich to Augsburg because they've got the extra layers switched on and the console couldn't cope, which has been fixed with an update. All plain sailing. I'm pretty sure I saw collectibles then, but there's no chance of me stopping again in that. scenarios a go and see what happens. Well, then again, if it's crashing, that seems like a waste of time. I could always give it a go and see if I get the same problem. I don't know if it's affecting everybody or just a few people. I have literally no idea. But I know when it does crash, when you're an hour into a scenario, it's bloody annoying. There's obviously the save glitches as well. I know I did a scenario, I spent about an hour and a half, saved it, came back to it, and I couldn't complete it, had to start it again. Fully fueled, yeah, I've heard about that one. I haven't played that one personally, but there are a few issues with red lights not changing, particularly to be honest, on this one. If you do your own custom scenario, on this or Northern Transpennine, all the lights stay red. You can go sort of, if you start at a station further down, they're really fine. If you try and start at London Paddington, you can't leave the station because all the lights are red. You'd have hoped that would have been picked up in testing before it was released, but obviously not. And the other one I've come across on the Bakerloo line, anything where you're stopping at the Stonebridge Park depot at the end of the route, where you stop at Stonebridge Park and then pull into the depot, there's always train parked where you're supposed to be stopping in, so you can't stop where you're supposed to. You can stop just before it, but you lose about 400 points because it looks like you're stopping about 100 yards short. Again, you'd have hoped that would have been picked up in testing, but not. Still, this one seems to be working fine. No issues with GWE, apart from the scenario planner, obviously. Miles to go. Gonna have a bit of a break after this, I think. Might do some, might drive a 166 later. Got a bit more time, got about an hour or so spare. A bit of Long Island Railroad maybe. Haven't played that for a while. Well, we might be early to this station again. That's another mile down. So we don't go above 125. Throttle off actually, but not that fast, so getting down to 100. Past us Rhein, but we have got to slow down. And the brakes take a while to come off. I think for the most part, just play the game and enjoy it and hope the trophies pop, and if they don't, wait for an update to fix it. It's frustrating, because you just want them to work. But yeah. I think for the vast majority of people, the trophies are fine, they just drop it later than they're supposed to. That's my experience anyway. And I'd imagine on the Double Games forum there'd be a lot more people complaining if there are a lot more people having those problems. But they're definitely out there. One frustrating one as well is if you're going for your gold medals, if you're doing any services and runs on the Cologne to Aachen route, you don't get any medals at all for completing those services. You just get a tick. So, do all them, do 50 of them. It's not going to count towards any medals at all. Easy trophies that won't drop annoy you. Yep, they do. Get 100 gold medals. Get 100 gold medals and no trophy. So to get the 100 gold medal trophy, get 116 gold medals. I've no idea. Like I said, it seems to be that anything done on training doesn't count, including XP. So if you get to level 25 and there's a trophy for level 25, the XP, so the action points for it don't count, so you've got to keep playing until it drops later. Which is daft, but yeah. If you get to 100 gold medals and your trophy's not dropped, don't worry, it will do. Just keep playing. Not on clone, obviously, because you don't get gold medals. Christ, nearly missed that speed limit drop there. That is the doorbell. Give me 2 seconds. Right. Typical door rings when I'm doing a stream. Never mind. Overbrake to touch there. Never mind. We'll blame the train. The brakes don't come off quick enough. That sounds like a good excuse. Not me. Train, obviously. Always blame something other than your own abilities. .8 miles to go. Let's get a bit of power on. We've got a bit of time before we need to drop to 40. Probably get told off from reality for burning too much fuel doing that, but it doesn't matter, does it? Oh, here you are. Don't you notice there's the overhead wires in place here? I can't remember at which point in the route these overhead wires actually are actually in place. But like I said earlier, I think in reality the whole line's electrified now. Might be wrong, but I believe it is. But this is from obviously a few years ago. So one good thing about this game, obviously when they do the route, they set it there and then, they don't update it later, so you get like a bit of a snapshot, like the Mine Spessart barn. The Spessart ramp doesn't exist there in real life anymore, it's gone. The route's been redone, but obviously in the game you can still see it. I can't remember if there's another speed restriction after 40. I don't think there is. Let's see if we need to slow down anymore. Oh, and there is. I forgot. Right, 25 miles an hour. Certainly got to give the train drivers credit in real life for doing the route learning. They know where all the signals are, they know where all the speed restrictions are, and I can't remember there's a 25 limit outside Paddington. I think I've got another parcel being delivered. Bloody fantastic. Why does... Right. 2 seconds. Right, well, there can't be that many more couriers, can there? Especially delivering. They're not even for me, they're for the missus. Let's hope they're all presents for me for Christmas. We can but hope. Look at the signs or get a warning, they do. So you've got the warning systems that tell you what's coming up in terms of signals. Obviously it's yellow or red or green. But you do have to do the route learning. You need to know where you're going on the route, what the speed limits are, any adhesion problems. I know on some routes you get a manual that tells you specifically where there are adhesion issues, where you're going to get wheel slip. If you look on YouTube, there are some learning route videos, especially for the Bakerloo line. They've got the official learning videos up there. And obviously you know what signals are where, the name of the signal, what the speed limit is, and you have to know that. I was watching a programme on London Paddington the other day where part of the line was closed, the trains were being redirected around on a different route, and they were short of drivers because all the drivers who normally do the route hadn't done the route learning for the diversion, so they had to get the trains cancelled. Is literally a case of, right, there's a tree on the right, I know it's 25 miles an hour around this corner. Things like that. I suppose it's like learning a journey to work in a car, isn't it? You just know where you're going and whatever. It's if you do it day in, day out. But you have got to do the learning before you go out on the line, and then you've got a driver instructor with you for quite a long period of time. No, don't stop short, come on. Brakes are still in touch. Oh, now we overshoot. Brilliant, never mind. Only a couple of yards. Let's get the doors open. Oh, we don't need to. Let's shut the cab down. Tail lights. Let's go reverse. On. Key out. Nope. Didn't mean to press that. There we go. Cab shut down. Ooh, 0.4 yards. That's not bad. Right. That is it from me for now. I might be back on later. I might just play it myself. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.